Newsroom. A New York man is in jail accused of a murder in Pitt County. Warren say Matthew Warren was arrested yesterday for the killing of 36-year-old Rashawn Gray. A sheriff's office report says the murder happened shortly before 3:30 a.m. on Sunday. This is in the area of Roundtree Road outside of Ayden. The 27-year-old Warren is being held without bond. A sheriff's office spokesperson says more information on the murder is expected to be released later this afternoon.
All right, so what's good, y'all? Welcome back. It's your boy Kelso with another fire one. But this one is just a LGBT hot topic. It is not a fire topic because this should not have happened. But I wanted to go ahead and cover it. It is something everybody's talking about right now. And it actually touched me too. I got a lot of experience with boyfriends, DV situations, etc. So I'm the perfect person to, give some commentary on this one. So, hey, stay to the end and let's give respect to the victim. So we are talking about this viral, fatal domestic violence situation between basically like a fatal attraction, gay couple. You know what I'm saying? I've covered these a couple times when they happen. So I'll continue. And here we go. So in this case, here's what happened. By the Pitt County Sheriff's Department, they released, which is in North Carolina, which was March 23rd, just a day or so ago. Yeah, yesterday at 3:25 a.m. Deputies with a Pitt County Sheriff's Office responded to a report of suspicious persons in the area of Abbott Farm Road and Roundtree Road. Upon arrival, deputies observed a subject running into the woods. Shortly thereafter, two individuals exited the same wooded area and were identified as 27-year-old Matthew Warren of Buffalo, New York, and 24-year-old Bobby Joyner. So, which is the third of Greenville, North Carolina. Both were detained for investigation. While investigating the immediate area where Warren and Joyner were detained, deputies located a deceased black male pinned underneath a vehicle in the roadway. The deceased identity is being withheld pending further investigation and the notification of family members. The manner of death is a homicide. The cause of death is to be determined by the medical examiner's office. The preliminary findings suggest an altercation occurred between Warren and the deceased, resulting in his death. The men were acquaintances. This was an isolated incident with no threat to the general public. Detectives arrested Warren, charging him with one count of murder. He is being held in the Pitt County Detention Center without bond. Joyner was also arrested, charged with one count of accessory to murder. He is being held in the Pitt County Detention Center under a $250,000 secured bond. So that's with the dude, his friend, which I don't know what is up with the friend. I haven't heard much about why he was there, what the situation exactly happened. I'm pretty sure we won't find that out until later. I will cover that as well, so I'll keep y'all up to date. So somebody posted, imagine thinking you found your person and they turn around and unalive you in a cold blood. This is so sick and twisted. My heart aches for his friends and family. I'm praying for healing across the board. Now, what really got to me about this case was how both of these guys gave each other a shout out on their relationship, like basically on Facebook, online. On social media, they went public just the day before that. So on the 22nd, they both posted this. So Boo to Boo posted, found my person, with the thumbs up and the heart emoji. And then the suspect posted, okay, y'all, I'm happy, finally, yes, I have a man. So y'all, that really got to me. So I got to going and digging in through like Buddha Boo's, history on his Facebook. And, that's literally the last post that he made, by the way. So a lot of people was under there commenting like, you didn't deserve this and da-da-da. But as I continued to look, I did uncover some more of his posts. So the very last one 2 days ago was Found My Person. Then he had lost some people. I think he lost his nephew here recently, so he was mourning him. He also made a post stating that he just wants to be at peace. March 10th. So that was like 13 days before his death. That's ironic, ain't it? That really gave me chills. And so the Unaliver did post the picture. He actually posted a picture along with his status. He actually did it on a story, though. He made a story post with him and the victim. Now, when you look at this dude in person, like as a regular, like his regular shots on his, like, you know, social media, dude looked like a butch queen, right? Well, in his mugshot, he looked very much so, you know, roughed up. But not just roughed up is what I noticed, because I do have intuition. He looked very much demented. Like, spirits is bad on him. I don't know. You know, some people just got that look in their eye, and he just looked really demented. But, you know, he got the face tattoos and everything. But, you know, in these other pictures and stuff, you know, especially when he got the wig on, you know, he doing a little viral stuff for the Twitter and the TikTok. I mean, you know, like, he looked like he a regular dude. So it's just crazy how this happens, you know, and you can never really tell who you really with. Speaking of that, so another post was made, and it says New York man Matthew Warner has been arrested for allegedly murdering a man from Charlotte, North Carolina, Rashawn Gray. That's his name, finally. Okay. After both made loving posts on Facebook. So that's what got, I think, a lot of people mixed up on this. Is like, wow, like y'all both really, you know, stay tuned. I'm going to tell y'all what I think happened, like straight up. But, you know, right now I just want to get a respect, and then also just point out a couple other things. Like, one I want to highlight is how, you know, times like this really shows how narcissistic times have become and how people are so jaded. Why did this dude post and reshare this saying Ryan King or whatever, saying, shaking my head, imagine getting turned down by somebody just for them to end up with Pink Panther, child. So you taking this moment to feel some type of selfish way regardless of whatever you feel like. It's just crazy how gay dudes can't be adults. It's like when they get the opportunity to get to have adulthood and be, you know, a man, or not even necessarily a man, okay? We'll leave the sexism and the, you know, masculinity, femininity out of it, because you can still be feminine and still conduct yourself with some pride, some class, and some integrity. This is classless right here. You don't speak on things personally trying to make it on you. This wasn't the only dude that did it either. This other dude that was an ex of the Pink Panther, right? The Unaliver, the suspect. This other dude posts this, and I'm gonna put I'll put the post up here, but I'm not about to put their pictures through no slideshow or nothing, because that's what dude wanted. He just wanted clout, but I just gotta show how ignorant people is. This dude, Darian, gonna say the gays and the girls came out. Oh no. That was the dude that reshared it. My bad. He says the gays and the girls came out and read him in the comments that they did, because dude says, which is the ex of the suspect, y'all. This is the ex of the suspect, tall light skinned dude, right? I guess him shiesty. Says to find out I was once with a killer, still got me in shock. One thing God don't play about me, baby. One thing God don't play about is me, baby. With like crying emojis, or those can be considered laughing too. But the fact that he took this moment to make it about him, when all he needed to do was say to himself these things and simply post it, maybe rest in peace to the victim or nothing at all. So you still on some rivalry because you used to mess with the same nigga, and now because he's underground and you're still alive, you feel good about yourself? Like, hey, you better watch what you say. That's why you gotta be humble. You never know what could happen to you for throwing this kind of negativity up in the air like that. You wasn't even nowhere near this. There was no reason to make yourself a part of this. Like I said, again, the classlessness, the, like low value dude mentality, man. Like that's what I be talking about. That's sick. Alright, so I just had to show that real quick just to show the ignorance that the gays will still do around something so serious. They still can't be serious, real, for just a second. Can't even do it. That's pathetic. So yeah, mostly people are posting saying like, I hope they tear a mudhole in, because that's some nasty work to post your supposedly new dude and less than 24 hours later unalive him. Be careful and research before you choose to associate, which anyway, when people go to do all that, we ain't doing all that, okay? We done been down this road before. People are going to still be people. Reckless, thinking with the head downstairs, bro. Like, save those words, bro. The truth is, we never could know. You could do your best research. You can do all the little things you think, and you could psych yourself out and chase out way a good one doing that too. So it's not always you have control. Some things in life you are not in control of. This is one of them. I'm not gonna blame no victim for thinking that because they did this and that, whatever. We all do that. We all fall in love quick. We all, make it official quick sometime. We've all done this. These niggas is in their 20s. You know what I'm saying? They a couple years younger than me. I know what they at, where their head was at. I'm gonna be honest. What I think happened, what I really think went down, and this is just my assumption. All right, this is a say so, hypothesis. Okay, because they had a friend in the car with them. I think that maybe the friend had absolutely nothing to do with it, right? But what I think happened is they got into it behind something. For it to be within because we know just like 12 hours before this, these niggas was good. At least 12 hours, because it was only a day later and this happened. So we know that they were good. Something had to happen. They had to get into an argument. And because they were both, really like lover boyish, wanting to be in a relationship, and it was really serious to them, I think that somebody might have decided, which I think it was the victim, he decided that he wasn't gonna fuck with this nigga no more. And he hopped up out that car and got to walking off. And then homeboy couldn't take it and ran up on him with that car and ran over him. And then the homie was a witness, but the reason why I'm even saying that he might have been involved with this nigga that went to jail, the suspect, is because why you ain't called the police, or why come you ain't, why are you running and hiding with this nigga? You should have been going towards the police. If I was with my homeboy, I'm just putting myself in everybody's shoes, with my empathy. If I'm with my homeboy and he do something wild with one of his dudes, because that's happened before, and I'll mediate it, you know what I'm saying, if anything. But if anything like this shit was to happen, oh nah, bro, like you not getting ready to do nothing to me. You want something else? I have to cover my ass. I have a life. I'm not getting ready to go down behind no shit behind you. Okay, regardless if this was an accident or what. So that's what my perception with the friend goes. So he deserves to go down because he did not handle this shit right. All right, based on the report that was told, based on the report from the sheriff's county. Okay, but that could have some falseness to it, but we gonna believe that because that's all we got right now. I think that had to be something similar to what happened. Nigga snapped. He might be on drugs. He might have snapped. Thought that this nigga was leaving him. Oh, this is one of the best niggas I done found. I'm getting old or something. I can't handle this. I'm snapping, and crashed out. And that's what he did. That's what it seemed like based on the report. Based on my own personal experience on these relationships. Because niggas hops about the car quick, okay? We actually did a story about a long time ago, about a year or so ago, with a dude hopping out on the highway out of his boyfriend's car because they was arguing and ended up getting hit by a car on the highway. So we know with our own personal experiences, niggas hops out the car on random shit. Real talk. You know, he wasn't the gentleman kind that pull up and be like, hey, get in the car, baby. You know, he was the other one, you know, so yeah, man, rest in peace. And it's very sad. It really touched me. It almost brought me to a little tear, you know, because when you go and look at these people's pictures and everything, and then you see that they had whole lives. You know, he used to be a part of the community. Tough, I see he was doing J setting or voguing. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he was pretty good at that. He had a lot of friends, a lot of people who loved him. So this is very unfortunate, and you know, I just hope that everybody around his loved ones show them some love and not just be posting. Because if I knew the people, I would be doing something, but I don't know these people personally. But if you do know these people personally, don't just be a poster. Actually show up on his, you know, pull up on his mama and show some love. Whoever you knew through him, you know, show them some love. And I hope that justice gets served. He should not get out. And yeah, y'all, be careful out there. Always be willing to defend yourself. Rather you have to, you know, call the police, fight. Hey, I'm all for whatever you gotta do to defend yourself, because every different situation causes for something different. I don't think there was anything that dude could have did to shake this, besides just in the wrong place at the wrong time. So, I will say this. If you are noticing like narcissistic traits, abusive, controlling traits very soon, somebody you get with, like you just got with them within, you know, 3 days or a week or a month, and they already trying to be real fast, trying to post these statuses, make it be known, and you know, they moving quick. If somebody's doing that, usually this is like, you know, they are like needing it to be rushed because they may not be really somebody for the long haul, and they know that. And this could be like narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, and stuff. Real people don't want to rush into nothing real soon because they know how deep this shit get, and this is nothing for no punk, okay? This is some real shit. And if you're not mature enough, you can't handle love. Love is deep, all right? It make you healthy person go crazy, okay? It make you do things you never thought you would do. This is not for the ill-hearted and the weak-spirited. This is for the survival of the fittest, okay? You got to know what you're doing, and you got to understand what this is, okay? They were playing a little bit too reckless. I don't know how long they were dating, what this was, how quick. They could have been talking for 3 months and then finally got into a relationship and made it official. And then this happened. We don't know all the details. All I'm saying is, to help prevent something like this happening, for a nigga to not be able to handle you getting out the car and walking off, the worst that you do in that situation, if they just absolutely don't want to deal with you, they have the right to. You got to give them space. Call them an Uber or let them call themselves an Uber. You can stand by until they catch it or something. You know, if you just worried about somebody's safety and you love them, but at least just leave them. So that's what a normal person would do. And you can see a little bit of red flags up until that point is what I'm trying to say. So I don't feel like this had to be the very first time this nigga showed any kind of toxic trait. But like I said, even then, there's people who have done worse shit probably before he did this. There's probably people who have done things worse before he did this part, right? Before he actually, you know, unalived dude. There's things that he did before that there's people who've done worse and they've become better. This is, you can't come back from this. You know, you unalive somebody, you take somebody behind their wheel sexually, shit like that. I feel like you can't come back from certain stuff. But I'm saying there's people who have been very toxic and they have worked on themselves. So it's hard to say, you know, you got to just look out for this and look out for that. You never know, okay? You really don't. Yeah, the crazy part about this is just them statuses, boy. Like, I cannot believe that they literally, like, I cannot believe that. Within a day, boy. That's how I'm saying, like, it had to be attached to the, like, psychosis, like, psychology. Like, for somebody to be able to switch off a light on, like, I was telling myself, like, hey, y'all, real talk, I was telling myself this the other, like, day, like, when I was thinking about certain stuff, and I'm like, hey, I done been around some really dangerous dudes before, and I didn't know until later. But that kind of being able to turn it on and off, if you ever come across somebody and they able to love bomb you, and then all of a sudden you ain't nothing, like everything is supposed to be gray, smooth area when it's real. When you really love somebody, it gonna take for there a couple things to happen before you just straight up just put your hands up and throw in the towel, bro. If you dealing with people who are easily, just y'all get into one little bitty ass argument, because I know it had to be something small. It couldn't have been that big that fast. Y'all get into something, minuscule, and all of a sudden they don't, I'm done. I'm breaking up. Every little argument they want to threaten breaking up. Somebody like that, y'all, hey, be careful. That's the red flags of people who do things like this. Because of the fact that they have that ability, they're emotionally unstable. They have that ability to jump from one extreme to the next like that. That's the ones you want to look out for, okay? Normal, real, healthy people, when they love you, they care about your well-being, first of all. And it's not about how you make them feel only. It's about you and y'all's bond and y'all's history that will prevent somebody from even putting their hands on you, let alone something like this. All right? So that's not love, y'all. Real love is kind, is soft, it's like caring, and that shit die off slow, y'all. Trust me, when you really love somebody, even if you don't want to be with them, the love will still die off slow. Real love is friendly. It's a friendship and shit too. It's not just I'm fucking you. It's a deeper connection. All right, it's not this is not an ability. You don't have the ability to just go on and off with someone that you love, is what I'm trying to say. People who say that they love you and they have that ability to go on and off, they don't love. They don't know how. Okay, this is their version of it, but you have to be able to say, this is not the version that I know, because we all have different versions of love. A lot of people got different definitions of love, so y'all got to understand that too. So yeah. Y'all know what it is. Be safe out there. Stay dangerous, okay? All right, and I just wanted to add this on the video because I forgot to say it while I was recording. To prevent this from happening, y'all, from now on, if you are getting into an argument with your dude or somebody, anybody in the car, and you got to get away from them, just play cool, be quiet, just let the whole argument go and just be silent until you get to your destination, and then hop out, leave them alone, never talk to them again, block them, whatever you're going to do if that's the case. But wait till y'all get to y'all's destination before you get out the car. Don't get out the car on the road unless the car is stopped and you are in a safe place, in a public place, or at home. All right, just wanted to add it on there. And like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.
No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say. No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say.